Hi guys, I'm going to show you around the garden in mid-August because there are a few things that are ready to be picked, and yeah, I thought I'd show you around the whole thing, including the greenhouse, so it might take a little bit of time. But yeah, starting over here we have just pots. So these two apple trees in containers there are going to the allotment. They're going to be espaliered. And I might even take them down today if my brother has time to help me. And then we've got this plum tree. Is not looking very healthy. And to be honest, I probably won't keep it because I haven't had anything off of it. And yeah, it's not really done much for me. Good old brown turkey fig. That has produced a good amount of figs. And there's quite a lot of main crop on there. Whether or not they ripen, probably not. But I've just started this morning. I went to the park and just started digging the hole for it, which is going to take me weeks and weeks to do if I do it on my own. Hopefully they don't, like, the park official people don't fill it back in or something, because I did agree upon planting the fig with the previous volunteer person, but she had to leave. So yeah, I'm still going to plant the fig anyway because, like, yeah, I've been talking about it for ages. So yeah, so that'd be really cool because then I'd be able to go to the park in years to come and hopefully pick some figs and see this fig get, yeah, hopefully quite big. Then we have a couple of other figs. This hasn't done anything for me, but it's been in it's only, I think it's an 8-litre pot, so it's quite small. It's from Mulberry. I don't even know what the name was. Gustus Ficilino or something like that. But yeah, got the lime tree, and you can see it has still got a few little limes on there. One sec, I've got a pear in my hand because I just picked a pear. I'll do that, I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, there's still a few little limes on there. I think this is still the biggest one, which is still tiny. So yeah, it's got quite a lot of little embryo fruits, but I doubt that they're gonna do much. Maybe they will. But yeah, moving on to the apple tree. It's a highly skewed apple tree, as you might be able to see. All the apples are pulling it that way, and because it was right up against the wall, it's kind of grown more in a two-dimensional manner. So I'm gonna repot it in the winter and straighten it all back up and give it a prune, and yeah. But it's got a fair number of apples on there. Most of them are quite a bit smaller than your regular sized apple, but again, it's been stuck in that small pot, which is like a 30-litre pot, for a few years. So yeah, hopefully I can plant that up. This side we've got various just flowers, hydrangeas, not hydrangeas, geraniums. I always get those mixed up in my mind. Cox orange pippin apple, which has got quite a few fruits on. They're probably maybe a couple of weeks from being ripe. So my rose, which is kind of being squashed by the lawnmower. Yeah, top tip, don't prune your roses in like early summer, because this just hasn't flowered since. I was trying to get rid of the height because it was growing quite tall and spindly, because obviously I wasn't here in the winter, so I couldn't prune it. But in doing that, it seems to not want to flower at all, and it's in a pretty decent sized pot. But yeah, there we go. This is the Pareto Fig, which has been very productive for me. And there's one last Braber on it, which I might pick actually, because in fact it doesn't want to come off. You can see it's kind of drying up on the tree, and it's because, yeah, we haven't had any rain. It's meant to rain a lot tomorrow, so fingers crossed it does. But if I yeah, if my brother can help me take the apple trees down to the allotment today, then I might also ask him to bring this one, because that's going to go in ground, which I'm quite excited about. This is Desert King fig, which hasn't produced anything for me. It's got main crop on it, but I think if it is truly a Desert King, I think the main crop will never ripen, like they just drop off. So I will, see what happens with that. This is a Tamarillo, which Brett gave me, Lionheart84 on YouTube, which is, it's doing alright. It's got a new leaf coming out. So yeah, then there's just various things around here, which not much going on with them. Got some tomatoes. Mulberry, which actually was looking really bad because it had been shoved into a corner. I did a hard prune on it, and it's come back out quite nice in growth. And ideally, I want to either put that at my allotment or at the park as well. So, and then I've got a it's kind of an excuse, but everything is looking quite yellow, because of the water issue. You can see we've got a lot of grapes coming. They're all quite small still, despite me quite heavily thinning these out. I think it's probably, again, just because we haven't had enough rainfall. But maybe they'll plump up once we do get a bit of rain. Just put the fig down. The pears. So you can see actually there's quite a few which have that nice reddish blush on them. So I'm just gonna lift them up, and it comes off straight away. So we've got loads of pears. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these pears, because I've probably got like 15 on there. I've already picked probably about the same from the allotment, and then I've got probably double that still to come. But so there are a couple of embarrassing things in here. Firstly, you can see some of the figs have very yellow leaves, and it's, I'm watering them every day, but I just can't keep up with it. And it's when it gets really hot, even with the window, the door and the vent open, it's just too hot in here. And I need to up pot these, ideally, the figs, but I just don't have space at the minute, or actually I don't have pots that are the right size either. So the leaves are falling. I think the plant will be alright. I'm sure it will come back next year. And the figs are still on there, so hopefully I still do get the figs. If Brett's watching, then this is another embarrassing thing. So this is a soursop, and it really did not like the transition into the greenhouse. So Brett gave it to me. Literally within a few days, the leaves curled up and went brown and fell off. But as you can see, not all is lost. We have new growth, which excited about. And to be honest, I found that with a lot of plants. Like I remember I got an orchid when I was in hospital, and I got the orchid. It was full of flowers, and they all fell off like within a couple of weeks. And then it put out another set of blooms, and they were all fine. It's just that plants, obviously, the ratio of leaves into to roots, as well as like the composition of the leaves, like how thick they are, how much lignin they've got in them, things like that. It's all very specific to a certain environment. So as soon as you move them out of that environment, they tend to freak out and kind of can't cope with that at first, and then they put out a new flush of leaves or flowers and stuff like that, which is more suited to that. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. So it is coming back to life, which is good. So this is the white sapote, which Brett gave me. It's just a seedling that he grew from seed, and it has stubbornly refused to do anything. It's completely survived. It's still very healthy, but it just hasn't grown a single bit. So I'm hoping again that it's just acclimatizing. We've got some kale back there, some carrots, some Chinese cabbage. They're all going to go on the new allotment as kind of like autumn winter crops, probably harvest them like in the spring, I think, maybe. Sweet potato, which has just gone absolutely crazy. I mean, I don't even know where you can see there's a vine back there. It's touching the back of the greenhouse. So it goes like all the way up here, all the way around there, and all the way over there. But yeah, I think I said in the previous video, you can actually see the sweet potatoes forming, which is really awesome. So quite excited about that. Couple of other exciting things are the grapefruits. So actually this is the largest of them, I think, now, and it's looking really healthy. And I've got another little one there, and there's another one which I can never see from this angle, but it's definitely back there somewhere because I can see it from outside. So yeah, 3 grapefruit. Quite happy with that, and hopefully they hang on, and yeah, we'll hopefully get to taste them next year. I guess the only other main exciting thing in here is the fact that I noticed yesterday that these figs, so this is supposedly a black Madeira, these figs are definitely looking like they're swelling up. They've gone slightly lighter colour, the eyes slightly more open, and they're definitely bigger. So I've got 2 down there which are definitely swelling, and 2 here which are definitely swelling. So it's interesting though, because this is meant to be a very, very late fig. Obviously I have it in a greenhouse, so maybe that's why I've been able to get it to ripen this early. But yeah, I remember it was the first plant out of all of these figs here to set any fruit, so it kind of makes sense that it's the first to ripen. Having said that, obviously black Madeira, I'm pretty sure it's meant to be black. I don't know if the coloration comes later on. Otherwise I have been ripped off. I don't think they would have ripped me off, because they're quite a well-known sort of, yeah, fig seller, if you like. So yeah, I guess we'll see. Obviously, if it's not, then I'm going to get in contact with them and just be like, you know, it's meant to be black. But yeah, so that's really the only figs that are ripening. It's the black Madeira, so we'll see, I guess, see what happens with them. So yeah, that's most of it in here, really. Yeah, that's most of what's happening in here. Round here, I keep walking into spiders' webs. I need to water that apricot. Yeah, that's a Pitmerston pineapple, which I'm quite excited to try. It's meant to have quite a good flavour. This is a persimmon. It's not looking too healthy, but it has just been so difficult to keep up with watering, because obviously I've got 2 allotment plots to look after as well, and I can't lift that much in one go. So yeah, lovely bamboo there. That's Philistakis Nigra, which the original plant came from my nan and granddad's. So when they passed away, my mum dug it up and brought it here, and now it's been split into several different plants. So that's one of them. But yeah, there you go. Got my washing. Quite exciting stuff. But yeah, that's sort of mostly it, really. A few other bits and pieces, but yeah. So we've got a lot going on. It is difficult to keep on top of the watering and stuff, but yeah. Hopefully we're going to get some rain. I think it's actually very gently spitting now. It's not meant to really rain here today, but tomorrow it's meant to really chuck it down. So hopefully that's the case. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Lots of love and lots of peace, and yeah, I'll speak to you soon.